The following podcast may contain adult language and an abundance of thighs. So get ready, nerds, because we're talking Thunder Force.
The glow started shrinking.
The hardest part about the movie is once you get thunder thighs in your head, you can't get it out for the rest of the movie. Because I had the same problem. I was like, thunder thighs.
That's the joke.
I know.
That's the whole point.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
Welcome and thank you for joining us at the Salty Nerd Podcast. Today we're talking about the new Netflix movie starring Melissa McCarthy called Thunder Force. And I'm joined, as always, by my fantastic panel of nerds. Tom is here. Welcome, sir.
I'm so happy to be here, part of this. I watched this movie one time. I have no memory. It is very forgettable. Let's move on.
I'm also joined by Jude. Welcome, Jude.
Jude liked this movie.
And the producer of the show, who's going to have a blast editing, Matthew Kadish.
Can you spell cacophony? Because...
Oh, you know it's funny when my little vein in my forehead starts popping out. That's when I'm having a real hard time holding it in.
I can't stop crying.
Oh, God. Okay, guys. So I don't know if Jude's going to be able to do the synopsis, but Thunder Force on Netflix. It just came out. Two in their 40s, large women get superpowers and decide to...
Only 40s?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think that's what the story is.
Yeah.
They are childhood friends who meet in childhood, and they grow up and they kind of grow apart. And Octavia Spencer, she grows up to be a scientist. She was a very serious kid, always on a mission to like perpetuate her parents' work, which was like they got killed by super villains, and she wanted to like find a way to bring superpowers to people who aren't crazy.
Yeah.
So the premise of this movie is that superheroes, something happened, and I forget why.
It was a comet or solar radiation.
Yeah, I forget why people got superpowers.
Solar radiation, I think.
The only people that got powers are like the criminally insane.
Sociopaths.
Yeah. So she wants to figure out a way to bring superpowers to good people so that they can fight each other. And Melissa McCarthy is her friend.
Spot on.
And so they decide to create their own little, superhero force called Thunder Force, and they go out.
What happens prior to that is they grow apart, and upon the night of their class reunion, Melissa McCarthy is texting her best friend who has become estranged, and she sees on the news like she's got some science building and she's like a big shot. So she goes to the science building.
You said science building.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't 50 stories with her name on the front.
Yeah.
And like, okay.
She goes to the science building and she's like, hey, let's reunite. Come to the reunion. And the friend is like, you're a fucking mess and you should just sit there and not touch anything. And of course, Melissa McCarthy touches everything and accidentally injects herself with superpowers.
Mm.
Comedy ensues.
Comedy ensues. They go off and they try to fight bad guys. Okay, so I will give a little bit of backstory for the listeners. My wife is very much a Hallmark PG-13 type of girl. And when she saw the review for this or the commercial for this, she was like, oh, that looks really funny. And it's PG-13, which means there's not going to be a bunch of F-bombs. It's going to be family friendly. It'll probably be pretty good. Let's watch it. I watched this with my wife for the first time. She didn't laugh once. I didn't laugh once.
Okay, but to be fair, your wife is extremely pregnant.
And
life is not hard. Life is not great for her right now.
And I looked at her like 3/4 of the way through the movie. I'm like, do you think this is a funny movie? And she's like, it's kind of funny. There's no like laugh out loud moments, but it's kind of funny. So like, as far as like a normal everyday person review, it's kind of funny, but I was like, God, this movie's so bad. It's Melissa. They put a camera on Melissa McCarthy and they said, just ad lib the whole goddamn thing.
She did an Urkel impression for 20 minutes.
For 20 minutes.
It just kept going.
Everything.
Did I do that?
She did it.
Did I do that?
How many freaking times did she say that?
I don't know.
God, it was so painful.
It's the only thing I remember.
You know what would have been a really funny movie is just those two young girls.
What, I know the Octavia's daughter.
The backstory before they become
Oh.
Melissa McCarthy and Octavia Spencer. Like all the stuff in high school where
Yeah.
they were like, she's getting beat up, and Melissa McCarthy is like punching dudes out and
Mhm.
saving her on the playground. And like the story of their friendship, I really enjoyed.
So the flashback.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the girl who played young Melissa McCarthy is Melissa McCarthy's daughter,
Wow, that's why
Perfect.
she looks so much like
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
and the writer and director of this movie is Melissa McCarthy's husband.
Yeah. Who makes a cameo in
Wait,
this?
Melissa McCarthy is married to a man?
Mhm.
Yes.
That was one of the bad guys in that
That's
coffee
amazing.
or the convenience store.
She's
right?
the guy that they tase. Or he's the guy that
Oh,
they
that's
tase.
right. Okay.
She
Oh, he's
tases-
also the bar owner from New Girl.
She tases a lot of people.
Yeah, he makes a cameo in all of our movies.
Okay, cool.
He's also the air patrol. What are they called in planes?
Space Force? That's Space
He's
Force?
the Space
the Air
Force
Patrol.
Air Marshal.
Air Marshal. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
He's the Air Marshal in Bridesmaids.
Oh, okay. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it's like this movie's not great. It's not good. I didn't find it very funny. It's just very forgettable. That's its worst sin, is
You
that
don't-
it's just forgettable. It's like there's nothing in there that I'm like, oh yeah, remember that one moment where this happened? I'm like,
What might have made this better if you had older people in it? If they were like exceptionally old, it would have been better. It would have
Oh,
been
that would
funnier.
have been funny.
If you had like Dame Judi Dench
oh.
and any other.
Has Judi Dench ever done a comedy?
Is this a comedy?
She did
Yeah.
Chronicles of Riddick.
Hilarious. Yes, but if you got like, it's just the casting is weird. I don't know why either one of them are in this movie.
Well, it's because they're best friends and they've been wanting to do something.
No, I mean when
for a
they
long time.
casted the movie, like
Well, no, they created this movie for them.
it's rough.
They were like, we're friends.
If
Let's
they
make a
were-
movie.
If they were exceptionally old, it would have been funnier.
It'd be like,
And if they were younger, it would have been better. So really, it's just a mess.
Well, Melissa McCarthy and Octavia. So Octavia Spencer is an Academy Award winner, I believe, or at least,
that sounds right.
or at least an Academy Award nominee.
It sounds right.
And her and Melissa McCarthy have been friends for like decades,
Sure.
and so they wanted a movie that they could do together.
This is
and,
not it.
And they wrote this to do together.
This is not it.
yeah, that makes sense. It'd be like if the four of us
it
were like, hey,
answers
let's
the-
make a movie where we're all superheroes.
It answers the question.
And we
of how
made
does
all
this
of
movie
you
get made.
watch it.
Nobody else would think it
Yes.
was funny but us.
That is for real. That is for real.
That's what's happening on
Don't we
screen.
do that weekly?
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
Huh, fair. Here we go.
Yeah, it's just it's overly long comedy skits that hit or miss. Sometimes they're kind of Jason Bateman as a crab man.
Yeah.
He's the best.
I'll,
The best.
I'll say this. So, like, I am not a fan of Melissa McCarthy. I usually don't like her movies. This was not as bad as I was expecting it to be. That's not to say it was good. I'm just saying it wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be. And there are two gags in this movie that really worked for me. The first is anything with Jason Bateman and his crab arms.
Yeah.
That
Every
was-
time he gets in a fight, he just goes.
It's so nonsensical.
he just keeps off. Walk sideways just like a crab.
They're really strong. They're
And
really
how
strong.
about his backstory too? He was on his honeymoon and he got bit in the
By a
junk.
radioactive
Yeah,
Yeah, junk.
And his wife left him.
yeah.
Because of the crab arms. But like every,
I
but,
would-
but
I-
the-
if I was with a woman and she developed crab arms, I'd leave her too. I mean, is that rude? Maybe
Okay,
it
but
is.
then he finds the perfect mate because Melissa McCarthy just wants to like rub butter
yeah,
on him.
yeah, I was gonna say there's this romance subplot between the crab and Melissa McCarthy's character, and every time they're together, she's just rubbing butter on his like crab arms.
Okay, so Jude, you're the only person in the room right now who thinks this movie was funny.
Kate is just lying. He thought it was hilarious.
Okay,
He was sitting next to you.
so tell me, give
And
us
I'm hilarious.
There it is.
give us your perspective. Why did you
Yes.
like this movie?
I had a couple of glasses of wine. I
Oh,
think that helps.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed like the lead up. I liked the little girls and the story and like their friendship.
Yeah, you don't really get to superhero stuff until about midway through the movie.
I'm completely with you on that. Actually, 100% with you. I really enjoyed the first half.
Yeah.
The second they start becoming superheroes, the whole thing just really unravels.
The second
really fast.
Melissa McCarthy shows up on screen is when it kind of.
Oh, that's also a good point.
I mean, I knew what I was getting into with this movie, though. So it wasn't like I was surprised to see Melissa McCarthy and I was like, oh, that fucking ruined it. I knew what I was getting into. And then when I saw Jason Bateman, I was like, "Oh, I fucking love him!" And every time he was on screen, he stole the scene, and it was enjoyable.
Their initial dance sequence where he has that huge mullet.
It's like this fantasy scene, and they go completely like 80s, and he's got a mullet, and she's got super blue eyeshadow, and they're just like dancing.
I don't even remember what you're talking about.
Oh my god, dude!
Gosh, it's
the
so
first time they
funny.
meet, it's smash cuts to like a dance off from like American Idol or something. Or Dancing with the Stars. Melissa McCarthy's wearing. You remember Mimi?
I have a blank face. I have literally no idea what you're talking about.
Do you remember Mimi from the Drew Carey Show with like the
She was
overly
Mimi?
done? She looked like Mimi,
Yes. Okay.
and she was dancing with Jason Bateman with crab arms and a sleeveless cut-off suit.
Yes.
And he had a mullet, and it
the
was like
suit was
everything was
blue.
sparkly.
It's very 80s.
And he threw her into the air, and she like spun like a top, and then came back down, and it was like epic.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
It was so over the top, outrageous, and funny. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I thought this was funny.
Okay.
I watched this
second
movie 2
gag-
days ago, and I have no idea what you're talking about right now. I
The
have no
second
clue.
gag that really worked for me, and I know it worked for Jude, was so after she gets injected with this stuff that gives her superpowers, in order to build up her muscles, she has to eat like pure protein. So she's constantly eating like raw chicken, and she's just like, "Don't judge me. This is so good."
It was like watching Slither
And
all
then
over again.
That was
And
one
I
of the
like,
other
oh,
things
God.
that she bonded with Jason Bateman about. He was like, you know what I really like
Raw chicken.
is raw chicken.
Oh,
She was like,
God.
me too.
It was disgusting.
I-
It was so gross.
It was so gross,
To
but
watch-
that's what made it funny.
and so like in order to get that raw chicken for them to eat, it's actually like a Japanese pear that's like sliced and colored to look like raw chicken.
Well, thank God.
Yeah, but like everyone on set was always like, whenever she had to like eat that stuff, everyone was always like, "Ugh, that's so gross."
Well,
That's what I did the
it
entire
was what
time.
where she was talking on the iPad. She was like FaceTiming with Octavia's daughter, and she was eating the chicken, and they were like, "You still haven't hung up yet." She's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Like there was chuckles. There was a moment where I was like,
Yeah.
I wonder how
funny.
much money Epic Games threw in for the Fortnite
I don't
cameo in this movie.
Does Fortnite need to?
"No, it's free to play, isn't it?"
It might now. I mean, who knows?
Fortnite is like
I've never
Jeff
played.
Bezos. They got that kind of money.
I thought it was a free to play game.
No, Fortnite's like a billion
Oh,
dollar.
Yeah, I mean, like they have like lots of microtransactions,
Yeah, that's
and
how they
battle
make their
passes
money.
and stuff.
Yeah. I-
V-Bucks.
I've got games I play on my phone that I will not disclose how much money I've put into that for no reason. But it happens.
You buy mobile games?
Shut up, bro. Microtransactions. I need look if I want my character to get stronger, I gotta buy the thing.
Poor
I play 3 mobile games.
You
Yes,
see?
he does.
You see?
What mobile games do you play?
Nothing good. I played the same Marvel one you did for a long time, but at a certain point, it gets annoying because building your team is almost impossible, and it's a nightmare. I really wanted to use the X-Men, but they're just not very good. And then you get stuck using the stupid defenders, and they're really good. Like their powers are. It's annoying.
I play Call of Duty.
You play somebody had a Kree.
Nobody cares, Alex.
They got 5 boring Kree, but somehow they got like all these freaking perks. And you're like, how do they get these perks?
I
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Matt knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I re-
You were going through all that stuff. I was like, yes.
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah. It's like 5.
Check.
Yeah, it's like
Check.
5 generic Kree, just a generic, and it's the best team in the game. Yeah.
I've never spent money on a mobile game.
Oh,
Me neither.
I never wanted to.
Thunder Force.
Thank you.
Okay, so you basically just enjoyed it for what it was.
yeah, I
you
knew
were
what it
into it.
was. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know that I was necessarily looking forward to watching it, but
As
while
the
we were,
ambassador of estrogen, how do you feel about this movie as a woman?
oh, I love the soft tone that you took with your voice just now.
And I looked you right in the eyes.
Yeah, you did.
You're welcome.
Not in my tits. Appreciate it.
Well, your eyes are up there.
Thank you for noticing. I knew what it was when I was getting into it. Was I looking forward to it? No, but then once I was watching it, I enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't expect it to blow me away. I didn't expect it to be good. So I guess my expectations were pretty low,
Okay.
and I thought it was funny.
I feel like this is very on par with most of Melissa McCarthy's movies.
Yeah,
like,
and
like if you watch Spy,
you're not a fan of hers, and I wouldn't necessarily say that I am, but I don't actively like be like, ugh, Melissa McCarthy, I'm not going to watch it. I think she's funny.
well, like if you like Spy, you'd probably like this movie.
I
Like,
think I liked that.
yeah, like it's very much like your typical Melissa McCarthy.
Was that the one with
film.
Sandra Bullock?
No,
No, that's Heat.
yeah, that was the.
I liked Heat.
I liked Heat too.
Yeah.
See, I like Melissa McCarthy when the movie has an actual script and she has lines
Mhm.
and she puts the Melissa McCarthy spin on those lines.
Yeah.
It works for me.
I think she's hilarious in Bridesmaids, and I think that she's really funny in Heat.
Yeah. When she
And she was funny in this.
when they give her like the freedom of just ad lib this entire scene, I feel like she goes way over the top and it doesn't always work for me. So that's kind of what
Well,
killed it for me.
That's the editor's fault, not hers.
Yeah. When she did I do that? Like for the
Yeah,
37th
they should
time.
have cut that after one.
Yeah. Yeah. That would have been way
She's
funnier.
an actor just doing shit, and the guy in the booth cutting shit off onto the floor. That's,
He was probably-
that's his job.
It would have been better if the black assistant had been Jalila White. That would have been funny.
Can you explain why?
Because Jalila White played Urkel. He
my
was
God.
Urkel.
That would be hilarious. And then you
Oh,
could-
that's the actor's name?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you could do that bit for 30 straight minutes, and it would be funnier every minute.
Yeah, you just keep
Yeah.
cutting to reaction
You ain't
shots
wrong.
of Jalila
Oh
White.
my God, yeah.
That
they
would
should
have
have
made it better. Yeah.
Jaleel White play her son.
Oh, my
Oh.
God, even better.
We
Yeah.
just fixed the movie.
Just to make that one scene work.
Yeah.
Just for that one joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have
Just
they could have pulled it back throughout the movie.
Cast him in the movie just so that you can feedback
Yeah.
loop that
and
whole
then at
joke.
the end, have him go, "Oh shit, did I do that?"
Oh, my God.
Why didn't you write this movie?
No way. Mind blown.
Fixed it.
I just learned so much about you. You were a creative
All right.
juggernaut.
All right. I don't want to like spend too much time trying to talk about this movie. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? Like I didn't hate it as much as I thought I was going to.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's definitely not something I'm ever going to watch again.
Yeah, it's not Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like it's fine.
I don't hate it.
if it was different casting and the script was a little different, it would have been a much, much better movie.
If the script was a little tighter.
This could have been a great movie. It
So-
really could have been funny and fun, but the casting was just a mess, and they just let them just do whatever they wanted.
Well,
That's how I felt.
So Bobby Cannavale plays the bad guy in this. His name's the King.
Mhm.
And of course he's got superpowers. and
He's
stuff
always
like
a bad
that.
guy in
Yeah.
everything, I think.
And he's great. He's a
Yeah.
fantastic actor. And he was completely wasted in this movie. And I don't know if you guys recognize the actress who played Laser.
Yeah, it's Aquafina.
No, it's not.
It was the girl who played Mantis in Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's where she's from. Okay.
Oh,
I
God
thought-
damn it.
I thought for a little bit, I thought that she was the girl who played up against Hugh Jackman in the Wolverine, the one where he goes to Japan.
She was X-23.
No, not X-23. Remember the Japanese girl
Yeah,
from
remember the Wolverine movie no one watched?
No. Oh, the
Nope.
second one?
No, the third one.
the where he goes to Japan
the
That's the
first
second
one.
one. That's the second one.
and he fights the Silver
Wolverine.
Samurai.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. The
yeah,
Wolverine.
Yeah, the Wolverine.
Yeah.
I thought that was that girl.
Hey.
No, her name is like Palm Clemenitev,
Don't even.
something like that.
Something Aquafina.
Buttercup.
Oh.
All right. Anyway, I didn't actively hate this movie, but it definitely didn't strike the funny chord for me. So, Tom, what are your general thoughts? Do you think this could have worked? Do you think it does work at some point?
Yeah, like I said, if the casting was different and they went about it, it could have been funny. It could have been fun. It was just mostly Melissa McCarthy trying to do shock comedy, which is what she always tries to do and fails for me every time.
Mhm.
And we're watching it as we're speaking, and I don't remember half the scenes I'm looking
It's
at.
very forgettable.
I don't even remember how it ends. I don't even remember how it ends.
She beats the bad guy,
I know that, but
She marries
the crab guy.
I don't remember that. I genuinely like the movie is so forgettable. I watched it 2 days ago, and I mean I remember this. I remember the scenes, but the specifics is
They have many crap babies.
brutally forgettable. Brutally forgettable movie. Brutally forgettable.
Yeah, it's pretty forgettable. I actually forgot that we were talking about it today.
There you go. Like midway through this conversation.
Oh yeah, I did watch that movie.
When Alex texted us last night, and I was like, "Oh shit, we still have to talk about that." All right.
yeah. I send it's either me or Kadish. One of us will send a group message to everybody like, "Hey, this is what our
Except for
topics
you.
are." Except for you, you're
I
not.
got it. Matt sent it to me.
You don't have a Twitter.
Oh.
No. Oh, I'm glad that they relayed the message.
Yeah, I responded to Matt, but he never sent anything back to me.
But like, Jude
He's a terrible
Jude
texter.
went to a Knights hockey game last night, and I did my little like, "This is what we're going to talk about tomorrow" text, and she was like, "Fuck." She's like, "I didn't watch half that shit." All right, Kadish, what
I've been
are
busy.
your general thoughts on this movie? Is it forgettable? Do you think it's redeeming in some ways?
It's very forgettable. It's your typical Melissa McCarthy comedy. Like she's like the female Adam Sandler in terms of like the movies that she churns out. It's just like an excuse for her to get her family work and work with her friends. And
Maybe a female Rob Schneider.
well, I mean in terms of like the creation of the movies.
I mean, it's forgettable.
Yeah. But
It's a low blow,
That
Tom.
was a low blow.
you know, I feel like this movie was just okay. Like you said, it is very forgettable. Like after watching it, I just kind of like forgot everything that was in it. The standout to me was Jason Bateman. Like if this has just been about Jason Bateman,
Yeah.
I would have been like, this is hilarious.
Oh my God, can I have a Jason Bateman like backstory where it starts off and he's on his honeymoon before the crab hands happen?
And he gets bit in the junk.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the
I want to
radioactive
know
crab.
who his wife was.
I'd watch that.
I would.
I
too.
want to see her journey.
It's the
like-
girl from Ozarks. It's
yeah, Laura Linney.
yeah.
Oh, she's a bitch.
Right on.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's kind of
He's the same character as he is from Ozarks. It's the same guy.
it's kind of funny because like the movie doesn't actually get going until about midway through because like they spend the first chunk of it with them as kids and then they spend the middle part of it just them training, like getting their powers, and then it gets into the superhero stuff. And I feel like if it had just been like, oh, they get their powers at the beginning, like you cut out all the backstory with like them as kids and you just get right to the meat of stuff, it might have been more interesting to see them doing more fights. But
I disagree. I'm glad that they spent the time to
yeah,
set that up.
I know you did, but for dudes, like I think it probably would have been better to get more to the action.
Okay.
Get your vagina
quicker.
in check,
Yeah.
Jude.
I'm sorry, I let my vagina do the talking for me.
But I wanted to ask you guys, do you remember, was there any setup to Octavia Spencer's daughter having superpowers? Because I feel like that just came out of
surprised.
nowhere.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. It was a Deus Ex Machina moment.
Yeah.
where
She's the Flash.
She's the Flash.
Yeah,
They-
because
they
they
never
just revealed that she has
mentioned-
super speed all of a sudden and she didn't do
Yeah.
any injections or training or anything
Well,
like that.
She was doing it on the low
But they made it a big point.
after Fortnite.
They made it a big point to really let you know that this was a very long time coming, and there's only one set of doses for any of this stuff. So to not mention that they had other superhero powers that were available, why would you choose invisibility?
Wouldn't it be messed up if she like tested the first version of these serums on her daughter?
She. Oh no, those people aren't in the movie anymore. They all died.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You know,
what if
There's a
that's
pile
the
of
back?
dead monkeys out back. And there's
What if that's the backstory for her daughter having super speed? Is that like when she was an infant, she just like
Oh.
tested on her?
Ooh,
Took a dark turn, huh?
I like that. That's
I like
better.
that too.
That's a
Then
sequel.
she's the supervillain in the sequel, Thunder Force 2. Oh,
More
She's-
thighs.
more thighs.
She's the lightning.
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder Force.
We're just
So
coming up.
you get Ben Stiller as the bad guy.
Oh my
Oh, every
God.
day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ben Stiller
Was it
is
simple
never
Jack
bad.
haircut?
Oh my god, he is simple Jack. Hit that hammer, trying to hit that butterfly.
We're coming up with better things than this movie to talk about.
And Tom Cruise is also in it.
Oh,
as,
yes. Les Grossman?
Yeah.
Uncredited.
Yeah.
Uncredited.
Yes.
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 Les Grossman absolutely has to come back.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I don't know what else to say. I'm going to
making a
give.
Thunder Force movie.
Oh! Les Grossman makes the Thunder Force movie.
Yes.
Tom Cruise is the key grip.
Yes.
God.
Punch him in
The face
fucking
really fucking hard.
If you want to support this movie, you can find us at our OnlyFans at
Oh.
Bulletproof Package.
Go to our Kickstarter.
Get us enough money so we can hire Tom Cruise to come back as Les Grossman.
0 of 30 million.
Our stretch goals.
We need to get Matthew McConaughey to come back
All right.
as Peck.
Oh no, he's about to be governor.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
is he gonna
busy. He's gonna be governor of
Yeah,
Texas.
that's a big deal right now.
Yeah.
Is he actually going for it?
He's been
running.
campaigning for all of last year, and now it's like
I want to move to Texas so bad
It's a
just so I
thing.
can vote for him.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. One of our friends was like, "Hey, are you thinking about moving like before the vote or
I would-
for the vote or
before the vote?"
for.
All right. Let's give this movie a rating. Tom, what do you rate this movie? Thunder Force.
There's no point in rating this movie.
Hey, dude, the rules are made up. The points don't matter.
That's fair. Okay, look, if you're a fan of Melissa McCarthy, you like her movies, you like what she does, then you're going to enjoy this movie. If you are your general, I want to watch a fun movie person, this is not it. It's not going to check the boxes. So for my personal opinion, this is a 1 out of 5, hard 1 out of 5.
1-star crap fest.
Just hardcore.
Okay.
If you're a fan of, if you want girl power, you want Melissa McCarthy, and you really want to see that in a film, you might actually enjoy it. So if that's your opinion, knock yourself out.
Okay. Jude?
I don't even know how to rate this. Like, what is this? Is this
It's a Melissa McCarthy movie.
McCarthy movie?
Yeah.
Okay, so based on my extensive knowledge of Melissa McCarthy movies, I'll give this a 3. 3 Melissa McCarthys out of 5.
Okay. Okay. This,
I just realized we forgot to talk about the biggest gag in the movie, which is 2 large women getting into a very small sports car.
I mean, that was in the trailer.
Trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
At this,
It was just mean.
It was just like,
It's just mean.
it's like the fat jokes were like,
Yeah.
That wasn't funny. That was more like awkward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just give him an Escalade. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. This is a solid 2 stars out of 5, or 2 raw chicken strips out of 5, whatever.
Ew.
Yeah, it's slimy, gross.
It wasn't even fun. It was like I was uncomfortable.
But it was delicious.
Oh.
Yeah, don't judge us.
you got food poisoning after. Yeah, I'm going to go with, I didn't hate it as much as I thought I was going to hate it going in. So I'm going to give it a 2-star for me.
Okay.
It had some redeeming qualities. Jason Bateman as a crab man was
Tom's about to flip the table right now.
Freaking
He's
hilarious.
So angry.
his stupid little crab jokes. There was only like 3 or 4 of them throughout the entire movie, but I laughed every
He
time.
was great.
He was great.
Jason Bateman's rarely bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very rare.
I also
He's
like.
never been.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
I also like that they made a joke about like the bad guy who kills off his henchmen. I thought that, you know, because like when he was doing that, I'm always like, God, why do the bad guys always kill off the guys who work for him? And they kind of made light of it in this. And Bobby kind of he keeps like, I really want to kill that guy.
And he keeps asking for, he's like, hey, where's that dude that I need to do this one thing? I can't remember the
Like,
guy's name.
oh, bro,
They're
you
like-
killed him.
It's like, bro, you killed him. He's like, I killed him? Damn it. You get over here and do this thing for me.
He's like, I killed him. Man, I like that guy.
Yeah. All right. That's it for our discussion of Thunder Force. I mean, it's on Netflix. So if you have a Netflix subscription,
Yeah, watch it, form your own opinion.
drink a couple of glasses
we
of
know?
wine, sit down with your significant other, and just see if you like it. It's worth a test. If you're into that kind of thing, if you like Melissa McCarthy, it might be okay.
Get silly.
Yeah.
Watch the movie.
Don't take it seriously
Yeah.
at all.
Forget about it the next day.
Yep.
No one has to know.
Yep. As Jeremy Johns would say, I forgot about this movie in T-minus 1 minute.
No kidding.
All right, guys, that's it. Tom, where can they find you on the socials?
If you really want to look me up, I'm on Instagram.
You
Big
trying to make
T.
yourself look taller?
Yeah, well, I'm on camera, so I'm like flexing and like, let me just like hold me with the nipples hard.
Solid.
You get my nipples hard.
Solid.
That's some Thunder Force right there. Woo!
There's a lot of man in that shirt. You know what I'm saying?
The freaking polo with
Yeah.
wherever it is that you work on the side of it.
Don't look at that. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go.
I was gonna say, like, maybe you don't want to wear your
Yeah,
work
maybe
shirts
not.
on the show.
I do have to take vacation. So just so you guys know, I do have to take vacation for this stuff. So I do take like half days to come do these.
Do you see that, guys?
Because
You see how much he
I
sacrifices for
am
you?
super responsible about my job. You know.
He's the boss.
That being said, when I put in for a half day on 420, my boss let me know, and I did not even realize. And he's like, "Half day on 420, huh?" I said, "Well, I mean, you can double check. I mean, there'll be a recording of it. I swear to God, I'm not." You know, so just so you know, Patreon, whatever, just you know, a lot of personal sacrifice.
Y'all want to get half?
Jude, where can they find you on the socials?
You can find me at I am Jude Juju on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and on the Salty Nerd Club channel. I don't know. What
Sure.
is it? What's our
The
YouTube?
Home Gang?
No, it's our YouTube
Oh.
channel.
Oh, saltynerdvideo.com.
Saltynerdvideo.com.
There we go.
I'm
Kadish,
on there.
Kadish, how about you, buddy?
You can find me at Matthew Kadish, Kadish on Twitter, and kadishbooks.com takes you to my Amazon page.
And I am the Salty Nerd. You can find me on Twitter at salty_nerd. And as always, we don't take anything seriously. So stay salty, my friends.
Honestly, you could probably find me just in a bar.